Hey guys, it's Sarah. Thank you so much for watching. So today I am here with my October monthly favorites. I don't necessarily do dedicated favorites videos every month. I don't think I did one last month. And a lot of months, instead of a favorites video, I'll do like a wrap-up video where I share favorites and also just new products I'm trying and just kind of wrap up the month. But this month I feel like I have a lot of new favorite products to share, so I wanted to just do like a dedicated favorites video. October is one of my favorite months of the year because it usually marks the beginning of fall weather, scarf weather, and so I have a few fall specific favorites and then also just some normal makeup favorites that aren't necessarily fall related. So I'll start with those. So the first favorite that I discovered this month is the Ecotools sponge. So I actually talked about this in my unpopular makeup opinions video as a product that everyone else seems to dislike that I actually really like. I feel like a lot of the reviews I've heard of this sponge were kind of negative, and so it took me a while to try it for that reason. But it was on sale at Ulta the other day and I was trying to decide between this, not the other day, literally like a month ago. I always say the other day when I mean anywhere from 2 days ago to 3 months ago. This was on sale at Ulta and I was kind of trying to decide between this and I think the Real Technique sponge, and since this one was a lot cheaper I was like, well, I've been meaning to try this, so I'm gonna go ahead and try it. I really like this. Now, I think I've complained in the past about how I haven't really been able to find a sponge that I really liked. I felt like all the ones I had tried kind of sheared out the product too much and just soaked up too much foundation or concealer or whatever. And so for that reason I usually just stuck with brushes. But this sponge, it's not as squishy as a lot of the really popular sponges. It's actually a lot more dense than some of the really squishy sponges. It's not crazy dense. The last sponge I had was the Lauren Brooke Cosmetics one. That one was like rock hard. This is nowhere near that level of density. It's like the perfect combination between just dense enough and also squishy enough. I think that's why it doesn't soak up as much product for me and I end up getting a really nice finish, but I still get the coverage that I want. So I am really enjoying this. I've been using it for a few weeks now, maybe 3 weeks now. I did have someone comment on my last video that they really liked this sponge, but they felt like it kind of tore apart more quickly than other sponges, so I'll have to see how mine does with that. I think I've washed it maybe 3 or 4 times now, and so far so good. But yeah, I'm really happy that I found this sponge. I think it's my new favorite. So while we're on the topic of sponges, I have a related product that I'm also really loving. I finally got the bar version of the Dr. Bronner's soap. I got this one at Trader Joe's. This is the peppermint scent. And I know I've heard a lot of people say that they use this to clean their sponges. I had previously had the liquid version of the Dr. Bronner's soap, which was nice, but I felt like I could never quite get the sponges evenly clean. Like it would clean like one spot, but I could never quite get the soap to spread. So for me this has been much easier because all I have to do is wet the soap and wet the sponge, and then I rub the sponge across the surface of the soap and it just really evenly gets all over the sponge where I need it clean. And then I just, you know, I kind of rub it around with my hand, squeeze it out, and it's so much quicker for me to clean my sponge with this as opposed to the liquid soap. So, and also with the liquid soap it can be kind of hard to control how much you're getting because it's so runny, but since this is a solid I feel like I'm in control of like how much soap I'm getting on the sponge. I haven't used this to clean my brushes yet, but I would like to try it for that too because I think it would be really easy to just kind of wet the brush and rub it across the soap and rinse it off, and it's just really quick and it does a great job. Like my sponge is spotless when I use this versus when I have used other soaps for my sponge. It took me a really long time to get it cleaned out and there would still be stains on it. So really enjoying that. This is definitely going to be a staple in my cleaning rotation. Another couple of makeup favorites this month, they're actually both from NYX. So when I was at Ulta when I bought the sponge, NYX was also having I think it was a buy one get one 50% off sale deal going on. No, it was buy two get one 50% off. No, buy two get one free. Anyway, something like that. So I picked up a few NYX products. One of them that I cannot stop wearing is the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade It's the classic, like cult classic one, Creme Brulee. This was a gloss that people, like way back in the day on YouTube, everyone loved this lip gloss. And I was like, you know what the heck, I'll try it. Like I feel like I'm starting to get back into lip gloss. I went through a phase where I was like, I don't like lip gloss, it's sticky, it's uncomfortable, it tastes gross. Like I just didn't like lip gloss for a while. I think I finally like lip gloss again. So this, I'm wearing it right now. The shade is just like a soft pink, so I feel like on my skin tone and my lip color, it just smooths out the color of my lips. It does have a little bit of that tint, so it's not completely clear. So it just kind of like smooths out the tone of my lips. It makes them look really full, and they just feel so healthy when I'm wearing this. And we're starting to get into the colder months, so I feel like this is the kind of product I'm wanting to reach for this time of year. And I've been wearing this like almost every day. And that's saying something for me with lip products, because I usually don't even wear any lipstick or lip gloss. But this I like can't put down. So yeah, I know it's like an OG favorite. I also really like the smell. It's just a very light, creamy vanilla smell. It's just so pleasant. I imagine a lot of you probably have this in your collection, because I feel like it's just one of those products that everyone has. Clearly it took me like 10 years to finally get my hands on it, but I love it and I'm glad I picked it up. And also from NYX, another favorite this month is the Dewy Finish Setting Spray. So this, it says it's long lasting, a lightweight water-based setting spray that keeps your makeup looking dewy and amazing. I'm actually not wearing it now. I can put some on right now just to show you. I hope it doesn't mess up my mascara. Whew. You can kind of see, I mean obviously my face is wet right now because I just sprayed it, but it really leaves behind a nice dewy luminous finish, but it doesn't make my makeup break down. I kind of assumed there were like two different kinds of setting sprays. One that would lock your makeup in place and make it last all day, and one that would make your skin look dewy and fresh and moisturized. This kind of does both. Like it leaves a dewy finish, but at the same time I can feel it kind of sucking everything together. Like it almost feels, it feels tight almost on my skin. So I don't know if that's a good thing. I know this does contain alcohol, so it's probably not the best thing to wear every day, especially if you have like dry or sensitive skin. I have normal skin, so I haven't noticed it drying out my skin at all, but I can definitely tell like it does feel a little dry, which is kind of counterintuitive because it has that dewy finish. So somehow it's kind of like the best of both worlds. I also do kind of feel like it locks my makeup in place, which is something I've never found in a setting spray before. Every setting spray I've tried before, I felt like it didn't do anything. Even the Urban Decay All Nighter, I didn't think it did anything. This, I actually really like, because I like that dewy look, but I feel like it doesn't cause my makeup to break down any faster than it otherwise would. In fact, honestly, I think it makes my makeup last even longer. So that's a winner for me. I'm definitely gonna use this a lot. Yeah, this is like the first setting spray I found that I actually think does something, and I like it, so yay. The last couple of favorites are not makeup related. One of them, I've talked about these on my channel a couple times already, but these are the A to Z candles. So you guys know, or you might not know, but I just recently moved to Seattle, and so I moved into an apartment once I got here, and so I kind of bought these as like a little apartment warming gift for myself. I got 4, I'm gonna show 2 right now. One of them is actually burning in the background. That one back there is the scent Falling Leaves. The best fall smell. I also got Apple Cider Donut, which literally smells like an apple cider donut. I don't think I've ever even had an apple cider donut, but this is precisely what I would expect an apple cider donut to smell like fresh out of the oven. So good. And these have such a strong scent throw. I've talked about them before, but A to Z Candles, it's a small business, woman owned. She makes all 100% soy wax candles. They're vegan, cruelty-free. I feel like they're a little bit more natural than some of the store-bought like mainstream candles, which is why I feel a little bit better about burning them. And then, because I know I've heard some like mainstream candles aren't great for you to like breathe in. I also have Vanilla Chai. So good. Yeah, I love these candles, if you can't tell. I feel like I've talked about them in several favorites videos already, but I wanted to let you know the new scents that I had tried. Definitely recommend checking them out if you're looking for a cruelty-free candle company. I just really enjoy supporting her too, because she like does it all on her own and she does an amazing job. The candles smell amazing. A lot of the scents too are, I think, kind of supposed to be dupes for Bath & Body Works scents, and Bath & Body Works is not cruelty-free, so if you're looking for kind of an alternative to those, also probably a little bit of a healthier alternative too, these are so good. I highly recommend them. Okay, the last favorite I have is actually a podcast. So I haven't really been super into podcasts in the past until just recently. There was a period of time a couple months ago where I was doing a lot of traveling, and so while I was like on planes and stuff, I wanted to download some podcasts to listen to so I wouldn't be like bored out of my mind. So one of the podcasts that I kind of just stumbled upon, it's called Unfuck Your Brain, and it's by a woman named Cara Lowenthal. She's a master confidence coach is what she calls herself. She also has a law degree. She used to be a lawyer and then she became like a life coach. So I'll just read the description because I feel like it'll do a better job describing it. Unfuck Your Brain is the podcast for high-achieving feminist women who struggle with anxiety, self-doubt, and imposter syndrome. If you've achieved a lot professionally but still secretly feel like you're unqualified, if you want to feel confident but you worry about what everyone else thinks about you, if you want to succeed but fear failure, this podcast is for you. In each episode, Master Certified Confidence Coach Cara Lowenthal, JD, will teach you how to overcome social conditioning and your own self-critical thoughts so that you can reduce your anxiety and insecurity, boost your confidence, and get what you want in life. Honestly, if I had read this description like 3 months ago, I would have like rolled my eyes and been like, you know, life coach, like that sounds like nonsense. This podcast has blown my mind. She talks about topics related to, I mean, it doesn't have to just be for women, but just ways to build your confidence in ways that I never thought of before or have never been told before. Some of the topics of the podcast, I've listened to like every single podcast episode. They're actually really short, which is nice. So I can like sit down and be like, okay, I have, like this one is 13 minutes. This one is called, it's about people pleasing, how there's really no such thing as being a people pleaser, which is really interesting. There's one about friendship. She does like listener Q&As. She did one on boundaries, constraint, catastrophizing, why restriction doesn't work. She talks about pretty much everything that's relevant, I think, to women and men, but things about body positivity, feeling like you're not good enough, anxiety, insecurity. I mean, I feel like we all kind of deal with those problems to some extent, and it sounds kind of silly to be like saying it out loud, but honestly, this podcast has changed my mindset, and I can't stop listening to it. Like, every time I'm having like a rough day where I'm just feeling like crap, like, you know, maybe at work I'm feeling like I'm just not qualified or like, I don't know, just not feeling great about myself. I feel like we all have those days, and it's really shifted my thinking. A lot of what she talks about is this concept of thought work, which is an interesting concept, and basically the idea of it is that you can change your thoughts to get what you want out of life, and you have full control over your thoughts and therefore your feelings, because your thoughts cause your feelings. I just think everyone needs to listen to this podcast. And listen to a few episodes. Don't just listen to one. Listen to a few. They're short, relatively, and I'm just obsessed. So I thought I would share that. I don't normally share those in my monthly favorites because I haven't really been that into podcasts in the past, but I am loving this podcast. If any of you listen to it, let me know, and let me know what you think, because I want to talk about it with someone, please. Because I'm just like obsessed with this. Okay. So anyway, those are all of my October monthly favorites. I feel like I found a lot of really good products this month, and I'm very happy about it. If you had any really standout products or even lifestyle favorites, like whether it's a podcast or a book or a candle, let me know in the comments. I love reading those. But anyway, that's all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you guys next time.